In this lesson, we are going to create a new display in our upcoming events view. This display is going to be a block that we can add to the home page, and will simply list the title and date of the next 3 upcoming events. Right now, we are looking at the upcoming events page display, which shows all 4 of the upcoming events in teaser form. Heading back to the home page, we see the most recent articles that have been promoted to the front page, but we don't have any information here about events that might be happening. We'll find our view under Structure, Views at the bottom here. And then we're going to scroll down until we see the upcoming events, which is right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and edit this particular view. And what I want to do is add a new display to this view. So I'm going to click on Add here and choose Block, because I want a block element that I can place into the sidebar on my homepage. It's giving me a warning right now that I have unsaved changes, and in my displays list, block is now one of the items available. I can switch over to upcoming page and take a look at that as well, and the settings there. But right now, what I'm interested in is the block display, so I'm going to switch back over to that. I'm going to scroll down here so that you can see more of the UI. I'm going to leave the display name as block because I understand what that is and I'm not creating any other blocks. The title I'm also going to leave alone because upcoming events make sense for this block on the home page. Additionally, I can override the title in the block itself if I want to later on, so I'm not going to worry about it right here. While I'm going to leave the format alone because I want this to still be an unformatted list, under Show, I don't want to be showing content and teaser. All I want to see on the home page is the title and the event date for a specific event. I don't want to see any other information because I don't want to clutter the home page. So I'm going to click on the word content here, and I can change this to fields. But before I do this, I want to note that up at the top, it says that I'm making this change for all displays. This means that if I make this change right here without adjusting all displays, my changes will also impact the upcoming page display. I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to click on this and choose this block override. This is very important, otherwise I'm going to impact the other displays in this view. Now that I'm overriding this on this particular display, I'm going to choose Fields and then click Apply this display. And my button says Apply this display instead of all displays. I really want to make sure that it says that before I actually apply this. I'm going to go ahead and leave the row style options at their default and click Apply. I want to point out now that under Format, the Format and Show area are both italicized. Let's take a look at this here. So they're both italicized, which means that they are overridden. And when I put my cursor over them, I got a little message saying overridden. This is what I want to see. This means that I haven't made this change on the upcoming page display. You'll also notice at the top under displays where we see upcoming page and block, only block has the little star on it, which is also what I want to see. I don't want to be making any changes inadvertently to my upcoming page display. Now that we've changed the format to show fields, the Fields section of this particular user interface is now available to me, and I can start working with it. By default, it has the title field available in it. I also want to add the event date because I want that to display in this particular block. I'm going to click Add. I'm going to use Search to quickly find the event date. I'll select that, and then I'll click Apply to all displays, which is not what I want. So before I click Apply to all displays, I'm going to go back up to the top, change all displays to this block because I only want this change happening on this block. And then I'll click Apply this display. I'm going to leave everything as default for now and then click Apply again. And you'll notice that the title for the Fields section on the UI is now italicized, letting me know that this is overridden. Let's scroll down and preview what this looks like. So now we have a list of upcoming events that shows the event title, which is a link to the content, and the date and time of the event. Scrolling back up to the configuration area, most of the rest of this I'm going to leave as the defaults. There are a couple of changes that I still want to make, however. Under sort criteria, I don't want sticky at top of lists to be relevant in this particular display. This display is simply the 3 next events that are happening, and sticky at top of lists will unnaturally promote an event above those 3, so I don't want that to happen. So under the Add menu here, I'm going to click Rearrange. I'm going to make sure to override this, and then I'll remove sticky at top of lists and apply to this display. Notice again, sort criteria is now italicized. And if I scroll up a little bit further, upcoming page still does not have a little star next to it, so I'm still okay. I haven't made a change that impacts my upcoming page display. The other thing that I want to change is the pager option. Right now, by default, this view is using a pager and it's limiting to 10 items. I don't want a pager at all, and I actually want to limit it to 3 items. So I'll go ahead and click on that, make sure to override it, display a specified number of items as opposed to a pager, and then apply to this display. Now I can choose the number of items that I want displayed, and I'm going to change that to 3, and apply. Use pager is also now italicized. That's exactly what I want to see. The next item in the list here that I want to adjust is the More link, which is currently set to No. What this will do is give me a little link at the bottom of the view to more information. And I actually want this because this little block is basically a teaser block encouraging the user to click and see the full view of all of the upcoming events. So I'm going to click on No. I'm going to override this, click Create More Link, and then apply this display. The defaults for this will create a More link to the page display. Let's scroll down here and look at the preview. And you'll see that we have the upcoming events listed. And then at the bottom is a link to more information. Scrolling back up, remember that none of the changes that we've made are saved until we click that Save button. Right now, the block display still has a little star next to it, indicating that this change is not saved. And we have the warning message at the top telling us that there are unsaved changes. I'm going to scroll down and find that Save button and click it. In this lesson, we created a second display in our upcoming events view. This display is a block display, while our first display is a page display. The block display uses fields instead of content teaser and has some settings that are overrides from the default configuration for the view.